How blessed are the Sith? Good day, legends. You're tuned in for another operation in SOCOM US Navy SEALs 2. Glad to have you with us. Let's get into it. In the last mission, we finished Chapter 3 and defeated, but have not destroyed, that's in the next game, the Algerian Liberation Front. Is that their name? I think that's what they're called. In the next game, although... in the next game, they will be called the North African Patriotic Front. In fact, they may be called the Algerian Patriotic Front. I forget the acronym. But anyway, we're moving on. I know someone who will be very happy to see Lithuania because he lives there.
У тебя есть дело. Начинай операцию обвал. У тебя еще есть сомнения?
Нет. Потери могут ценой успеха. А война?
А мы на войне или нет? Американцы распространяются по миру как рак. Почему же нам им не ответить? Итак, я спрашиваю вас еще раз. Мы воюем?
Да. Это война.
Затем соберите эти материалы. Я поведу вторую команду и найду для нас транспорт. Встретимся в море через 30 дней. Ты сможешь справиться со своим заданием?
Да. И хорошо меня обучили.
Уйди с линии. Мне нужно поговорить с человеком насчет корабля. Капитан, насчет корабля. Я его возьму.
She's the big bad of this little operation. Force Majeure, I believe, is their name.
Eastern Europe have sent word of alarming terrorist activity in Kamchatka. This activity is attributed to an organization known as Force Majeure, at times also referred to as the Global Liberation Front. Hate is an operative word for this group of expat Russians, Chinese, and Europeans. They attribute the demise of the Soviet Union entirely to policy and view our country as a threat to their world order. Supplied by black market groups such as the defunct Cesare Syndicate, their full strike potential is assumed deadly and extensive. We must discover if Force Majeure is planning an attack against the US and how advanced their strike capabilities are. Sounds just like your line of work.
Yeah, I sort of accidentally, when I read through that, I merged the name of the previous terrorist unit with this one. So I'm going to have to go back and see what the name of the North African group, Mahmoud's group, is. Anyway.
We have reason to believe that Force Majeure is attempting to manufacture a nuclear device in Russia along the coast of the Bering Sea. The Russian government has agreed to allow us to investigate the situation and to participate provided that we allow 2 Spetsnaz operators to accompany you by filling in for Bravo Team. Your mission is to infiltrate a dilapidated naval shipyard that has been designated as the location of the terrorist bomb fabrication lab. Verify that it is indeed a site for manufacturing weapons and eliminate any resistance along the way. You know as well as I do that we can't allow any terrorist group to produce a nuclear weapon, so we must take every precaution to ensure they are never able to complete one.
Well, we will be dealing with nuclear weapons in the 3rd mission of this chapter.
Objective 1, locate fabrication lab. Objective 2, dismantle the nuclear devices.
Brief and to the point. In this mission, we actually will be dealing with a bit of red tape because we have to wait during a specific part for the Russians to give us the authority to blow up this bomb lab, I suppose is a way of calling it. As usual, pause if you want to read the notes here. There is a bonus objective here where we do have to actually blow up the safe that I thought we were doing in the previous mission, but we aren't. But I'm pretty sure, I think, I could be wrong, by default, see how we don't have C4 listed? If we didn't have C, that means we naturally couldn't actually fulfill this bonus objective if we didn't plan ahead. But we are going to plan ahead, and we're going to take the appropriate weapons and tools. I will, actually yes, Jester can have his sniper, I mean, Jester is not the sniper in this group, but I'm not sure if Polaris or Bloodshot, our two Russian partners, have a specialty actually. But anyway, I don't actually know if sorry, something in my throat. I don't know if your teammates can actually run out of ammunition, but I'll take the flashbang anyway. Oh, I'll have Jester take a flashbang anyway, even though I don't think there are any, no, I don't want to go to the... Sorry, I misunderstood what it said. Well, those weapons look nice, but you're on my team now, and we're going to do things my way. Interesting. Maybe those are Russian weapons, I have no idea. As you can see, two of us, me and Bloodshot, we are carrying satchels. That's for actually demolishing the lab. Okay. I'm just going to pause and actually look up the name of the that terrorist group from the last chapter. I'll be back in a second. And we're back, and it is called the Algerian Patriotic Front. It's a bit like Monty Python and The Life of Brian, how there's so many organizations and they all the names sound the same. Anyway, let's get into it. Sorry for the near 7-minute introduction to the mission. I'm going to actually pop a save state just in case, so that way we don't have to do this again. And if the game freezes, we can start from here.
Бернард! Что происходит? Этот идиот уже наверняка куда-нибудь вырезался. И, наверное, уже мертвый. Давай выйдем и посмотрим, сколько он там повреждений наделал.
These aren't our people, by the way. That's the Force Majeure people, and we will have to deal with them.
Spectre, this is HQ. Your primary objective for this mission will be to recon the area and see if the terrorists have a bomb fabrication lab there. If they do, destroy the device or devices they have been constructing. This facility is heavily guarded and the weather conditions are extreme, so utilize the expertise of your Spetsnaz teammates at every opportunity to assist you in the successful completion of this mission. Godspeed.
Alright, team. Let's hit them hard and get the hell out of here. I don't want to stick around any longer than we have to.
I was just waiting to see if there was any special dialogue. When we see, we do have to eliminate the people in the truck. But when we finish that, we do have to recon the entry point, and that involves looking at it with our scopes. And yeah, obviously more missions will become available as we go through. Now, team, let's do this.
Ready to shoot, Commander. Sir, we may want to think about it. Terminated.
Secondary objective complete.
I think we want to hold fire for now until we can recon the entrance. There will be there's a chain link fence around this facility, but there is a hole in it, which
We need to make sure we complete this mission while I still have feeling in my legs.
Слишком много разговоров.
knowing Russian would actually be really handy to know what they're saying there. Obviously, because they speak Russian, any Russian dialogue that you can hear from the enemies, they will be able to translate. So as long as one of them is still intact, you can do this. Right. Let's just crest this hill and have a look. Not sure if we have to be in a specific spot. And I think if we kill that guy, any second now, he's gonna start shooting, I guess. I know, tempted to move, but at the same time I get the feeling if I move he's gonna start shooting, so we'll wait for him to turn around, which he is doing. Now, I know the dialogue that, not Kahuna, sorry, you may have just heard my dog just then. He says, good, there's only...
Beginning recon. Hold this position and keep the guard shack in view.
When it's finished, he'll say, good.
They've just got one man on guard at the entrance.
Nice job, team.
He'll say that.
Secondary objective complete.
Now, I'm not sure whether we should kill Absolute... Oh, for a second I thought there was an enemy on the map, but no, that's because we've still got the auto-aim on. I do suppose we have to secure this area, so there's no point being quiet now.
Finally, Alaris has been waiting.
He's not dead, is he? Nope.
Inspector, hostiles are closing on your position.
That's okay. We have the high ground, and as anyone... Yep, they've activated the alarm, but you know what? That's fine. I mean, technically that will trigger a condition in the final score. This guy has no idea. Anyway, sorry, my dog just needed to be let out. Technically the final score will be somewhat lower because we did just trigger an alarm, but you know what? Near enough is close enough. In the world of absolutes, near enough is close enough. That's something that Execute said, my favorite YouTuber. Haven't spoken about.
I imagine the room we are looking for is probably in one of the larger, heavily guarded buildings.
Contact, 9 o'clock.
It's not good when you can't see the enemy, but they can.
Hostile killed.
As long as somebody sees the enemy, it's not bad. I'm not sure if that's a person or not. I suppose we could just go get a bit closer and take a look.
Threat neutralized.
I get the feeling, I know that the building, I think it's probably that one that I had the crosshairs over. You see, it was a person. You see, the bomb lab is downstairs in a basement, and I'm pretty sure it's this building that it's in, but what I want to do is... also, the alarm shut-off switch is also in the basement with the bomb lab, but I want to get that piece of intel that we have to get first. And I get the feeling there will be, people in any of these buildings. So let's pop a quick save. That alarm is going to drive me crazy, but there's not much we can do about it, although it was my decision to open fire. Alright. Seems like this is secure, so we quickly go around and shoot anything that moves. There's the safe. And thankfully, there's no one there. This doesn't do anything, I'm pretty sure. No. Okay. Everyone, hold position for a second.
Stopping here, Commander.
I have a safe to destroy. Everybody step back. Don't run towards the C4. And now we have to actually go up and collect the intel.
Following you, Commander.
Specs for some kind of experimental heavy lifting seaplane. We'll just take these back with us. You never know what'll get those intel boys all excited.
That alarm. Now, I'm pretty sure in this mission or Actually, maybe not pretty sure. I suspect we may have to collect more intel, including some bomb schematics, because those bombs I mentioned they're making, we have to deal with them in the third mission, and it's much like the RAFB, it's a lot easier if you have the schematics. Technically, he's not wrong. American SEALs are here, but also half the team is Russian.
It's nothing. Let's keep rolling.
That was not me refusing to fire, that was me needing to reload. Classic. Oh, because I don't have double ammunition, I see. I see what the problem is. I'll stick with this gun as much...
Enemy exterminated.
Nightmare fuel. I'll stick with this gun for as long as possible, and then I'll switch when I need to. No one here, no one there. Some intel.
Found a map for some sort of industrial facility.
Yeah, I think after you destroy the
Nice work locating that. The command staff will be most pleased.
Actually, I'm just gonna steal that guy's gun now, assuming it was good. STG. Doesn't my country use those? I'd prefer an AK-47 or an AK. Yeah, this will do. It's not going to be. It's not going to be pretty, but oh well.
Go down.
Interesting. I think there may be 4 pieces of intel we have to get here. Is that a person? That is definitely a person. They're running, so. If this was Star Wars, they'd do the Wilhelm scream. I want to secure the exterior of this facility before we go in.
Hostile. Eliminated.
Thank goodness I have such a good team. It's definitely going to be intel in that building. Actually, you know what? Let's go in. Assuming that this building is actually where the bomb lab is, let's go in. Because, like I said before, we will actually need to... You know what? Let's get... No, I don't have nades. Team, if you would be so willing as to deploy a frag...
Deploy frag.
Oh, that was terrible. Okay, that was stupid of me. I'm going to reload, and I'll be back when I am back to this point. Sorry, that was stupidity. And we are back, although it's a little chaotic. Jester isn't doing too good because he got stuck, and there was a person waiting for him. But you know, I got those 2 pieces of intel. Fight like lions. That's my go-to line if I see more than one enemy close by. Fight like lions. I think I may have said fight like devils in the first game, but we want a more family-friendly attitude than that. Anyway. Why are none of these angos, I suppose the game would call them, carrying grenades? Because I could just steal one. I don't want us to go in there, I want him to come out. Particularly because I don't know where he's standing. Suppose I... Oh, it look... Okay. Suppose I could tell them to a breach bang clear. No, breach move... Yeah, breach... Oh, nope! Nope, nope. Breach.
Following you, Commander.
Breach. Bang and clear, not breach, frag and clear. Good grief.
Oh, yeah.
where you are.
Enemy sighted. 12 o'clock. Roger, sir. Throwing a chem light.
When they do a breach bang and clear. What the? That's a clipping issue. That is unfair. He rifle butted me through the wall. This is obnoxious. You know what? I'm going in. Yeah, this is definitely the bomb leading to the bomb fabrication site. Well, somebody out there either has a a HE grenade, or they've got the RPG launcher. Is that I can't do a scope from here because I can't use the scope because this gun doesn't have a scope. I would be interested to know who threw that grenade, if it was a grenade. Unless I accidentally hit the tanks. Part of me wants to go out and find who did it, part of me wants to get the job done, so we'll probably just save and... Sorry. We will save, go downstairs, and do it. Because we do have to wait to get permission to destroy the thing. It would be terrible if there was 2 people standing there. Oh, for the love of Mike! Someone throw a grenade down there.
He will not be getting up. Deployed frag.
I pray that you are not in the blast radius. What happened to the bang? As they say in Dragon Ball Z. That was a nightmare. But now we can turn off the alarm. Peace and quiet. It's a beautiful thing. Still no grenades of my own. And this is the bomb lab.
HQ, this is Spectre. We're at the lab and there are no bombs here. Just a few components.
Copy that. They could have possibly relocated them by the time the Russians agreed to participate in the operation.
Should we go ahead and destroy the remainder of the lab?
Our current agreement with the Russians does not authorize us to destroy the facility. We will need some time to inquire about that and see if we can get clearance. In the meantime, search the area for any useful intel.
Roger. We'll start scanning for goods.
Okay. Now, I'm not sure whether there's intel in this actual room or in those rooms upstairs. Let's pop a quick save. Some lovely old Soviet sounding music, I'm guessing. Or maybe it's because we're not fighting at the moment that it's given us whatever this music qualifies as. Thank goodness there wasn't a person hiding in this room, because that looks like intel. Because they could have just come out and shot me while I was shooting from above.
Bomb schematic. If we ever have to defuse this bomb they're building, maybe this'll help.
Nice work finding those blueprints. That's worthy of a bonus, don't you think?
And there's one bit of intel left, I'm pretty sure, that we have to find. I don't think it's in here though. I think, if you may remember, feels like forever ago, that I said there was a big... Well, I didn't say it looked like a factory, but it does look like a factory because it has vents. Guys, if you could just clear the way of the door, thank you very much. I think that's where the last bit of intel is. I'm so scared now that the enemies... I'm just gonna pause. Sorry about that. Back to the game. Sorry, my dog saw something at the window. It's nighttime here. I think this may be the first time I've ever recorded it at night. But I was determined to get it done today because I said... Oh, here we go. I was determined to get a session done today because I promised so in the morning before I went to work. It's possible that now people will be coming towards us because... Well, they probably worked out that we've, they may be triggered to come towards us, is what I'm trying to say. That big building on the right is where I think the intel will be. But we'll, search all the buildings. Good, just checking that everyone's still on fire at will mode. Is that a person? No. You'd think that there would be some intel. No, actually, why would they keep intel in the guard shack? Oh, is this it? It's definitely something.
Interesting. Terrorist radio frequencies. This may be useful later.
Good find, team. Worthy of a commendation.
Well, it
That's for sure.
looks like we found all the intel, so pretty soon I imagine they'll give us permission to blow up the base and then we're out of here. I guess we just have to wait. This is boring, so I'm going to pause it until they come back. We're back. I took out 2 terrorists that were on the perimeter, and the narrator, your commander, whatever her name is, Jennifer Hale, she just said, Spectre, you're clear to... And this is where we'll resume.
To destroy the lab.
Okay, we'll set the charges and get out fast.
In fact, I don't know whether it's a timer, but I'm going to tell Bravo team to
On my way.
hold there just in case, because I don't want them blocking the door just in case it is a actual plant and run kind of deal, or if we just have to...
We have reached the designated area.
Or if we just have to get clear. Yeah, it's a timer. So my plan is valid.
Now let's hightail it to the surface level before this thing goes off.
Eliminate all enemy personnel. That's a bit much. Oh. Oh no, I'm stuck in the doorway. Oh. Thank goodness. Somebody's here.
Right behind you, Commander.
I suppose we should just hide over here. If anyone was hiding in this building.
Sky high. It's toast.
Okay, we'll pop a save state. And now we have to go and find all the enemies who are left over. And oh. I was going to say this might be a little difficult because, oh, did we seriously? Yeah, now we get grenades. The one guy who happens to be carrying a grenade. I was going to say this might be a little challenging in the sense that sometimes the enemies that are left over maybe on top of buildings or snipers' nests or things like that, like those cranes near the actual dockyard. Which means we have to go to them because they're not going to they're not going to seek us out. And in fact, I recall once when I was playing this on my own. Is that a person? I can't zoom in. That there was one person who was in a awkward position, and I had to search high and low to find them. We haven't been to this part of the map yet, so I'm going to guess there will be people here. That's definitely a person. I feel like rushing through the boxes is probably going to get us killed, so I'm going to take I'm going to go around. And also, these aren't boxes, they're shipping containers. We're on the ice. I wonder, technically, have we, we're in, no. Never mind. I was going to say, are we in international waters, but no. The final mission is actually on a, cruise ship, not a... Oh. Not a cruise ship. A container ship. It's a good thing we didn't rush through there. And I love how the first mission of the first game was on a barge, and the second mission... I mean, the last mission of the second game is also on a barge. There may be intel in here, I'm not sure.
Now that's one strange-looking plane.
That music playing does not give me inspiration. There might be intel in here. There may also be enemies, considering that we still have to eliminate enemy personnel. So let's keep our eyes open. I suppose... going around might not be a bad idea. Oh, yeah, there's that shack over there. There might be someone in there, but let's search the plane just in case. I wonder if this was the experimental seaplane that they were talking about. Hand over your goods. As far as I know, there is nothing down there. There could be nothing up here as well, but you know, we're going to be thorough.
Like bad habit, yes?
Oh, cool. We're done.
Primary objective completed. Nice work, Spectre. Take your team and move to the extraction point immediately. The USS Michigan can't wait around in these shallow waters much longer.
That's a submarine that they're referring to. Also, I'm getting a certain interesting flashback in my mind because I dream about this game a lot, which is, or I used to dream about this game quite a bit. It was really quite odd, but the dream, it didn't make sense to me because it didn't seem like any of the levels that were in it. Except now, this particular area, specifically with the catwalks, that reminds me of it. We could just be wasting our time with these catwalks, but when in Rome, there doesn't actually seem to be a discernible way up, so I guess we go. Sorry for wasting your time on that one, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, yeah, and the exit point's right there, although we may... If truly all the enemy personnel are dealt with, then there are no threats, and we can just search this last room for intel, and then get the heck out of Dodge. Just be cautious. No. No intel. We're done. Alright boys, let's get out of here. Now, Polaris and Bloodshot will be in the next mission, but in the third and final mission of this chapter, and the last mission of the game, we will have the War Dog and Vandal with us. And in the next mission, we do have an escortee we have to
Despite not finding an
carry
actual
around.
device, it does seem like the terrorists are attempting to make a bomb. Possibly possibly of nuclear materials. Good job completing the mission, team. Another fine piece of work, team. You'll be debriefed on board the Michigan.
Yes, let's go get a hot soup. Now, since there's only 2 missions left, and it's Monday for me...
After reviewing your numbers for the mission, I'd have to give you an overall grade of a C.
Wow, this is the worst mission we've done so far. Oh well. I'll complete that thought I said about when I'll release the next one.
Unfortunately, that mission didn't unfold quite as we had wanted. Hopefully the terrorists haven't secured all of the necessary materials to make the bomb, or our backs will really be against the wall.
Well, that's brief and to the point. Anyway, I will release the next mission on Wednesday. And for me it's currently Monday, but anyway... Thanks very much for tuning into this episode of SOCOM 2. If you enjoyed it and want to see more, feel free to leave a like or drop a comment. I always appreciate the feedback, and if you'd like to follow the series, subscribing is the easiest way to do that. Either way, I'm glad you stopped by. No matter where you are in the world, have a good day.